Welcome to the latest midweek car competition judging video here at BOTB. We'll now hand over to the lawyer from Onside Law who'll oversee the proceedings.
My name's Henry Don from Onside Law and I'll be overseeing the judging this morning. Firstly, I can confirm that the competition data has already been sent to the auditing company, Azet. I would now like today's judges to introduce themselves and, using the secure link provided, mark on the screen where they think the centre of the ball should be. The group will then come to a final panel decision.
Good morning, my name is Matt Cannon. I'm a senior county referee and footballer.
Hi, my name is Kieran Fitzgibbon. I've played football for more than 30 years and am now a senior county referee.
Hi, I'm Jenna Scalacci, retired professional footballer. I'm now a head coach on a Tottenham College programme.
Hi, my name is Matthew Ray. I've affiliated in multiple counties across England and have refereed from grassroots through to professional academies.
Good morning, my name's Andy Braithwaite and I'm a football referee, mentor and licensed observer.
Good morning, my name's Peter Giorgio and I'm a football and futsal referee.
My name is Chloe Morgan and I'm goalkeeper for Crystal Palace Women.
Good morning, my name's Hugh Gilroy. I'm a referee and mentor, tutor and observer.
Good morning, my name's Roger Wheeler. I'm a referee and I have been refereeing and lining for more than 30 years.
Judges, please now come to a final panel decision. For your reference, the larger white cross is the calculated average of the individual selections.
Thank you very much, Henry. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Morning.
Okay, so we've got two players in shot. We've got a keeper in the green on the left of our screen as we're looking at it. It's looking very static for a keeper, although you can see by his goal with the nets and things. He's got his arm by his side. He's very relaxed. His knees are slightly bent and he's just looking across. And we've got a player in white who's in motion, and I would suspect he's a defender because the keeper seems not to be that bothered about what's going on, who's looking up at the ball, and I believe he's just going to come out and sort of head the ball away, whether it's a cross or a corner. I doubt it may not be a corner because there's not many people. But let me draw some lines up from the player in white first. And we've got a fairly tight spread up through myself and Matthews. And again, with this guy's eye out here, through Hughes and up towards Chloe's. I'll then draw just a couple of lines again from this keeper over here. We're much larger spread. We've got Chloe's at the very top and sort of a cluster of us at the bottom. I'll take this eye up to Chloe's. So I'll come to you first, Chloe, for obvious reasons. You're quite a lot higher than the rest of us. I'll magnify it so everyone can see you at the top of the picture. How did you see what was happening, etc.?
Yep, I saw the picture quite similarly to you, Matt, in the sense that the goalkeeper seems quite relaxed. He didn't seem there was too much concern happening on his face or in his body language. So I anticipated that the white player was the defender sort of going towards the ball, trying to make a clearance, and potentially the ball had bounced high in front of him and he was therefore going to run onto it and head forwards. And in terms of the sort of angle of the white players eye line, I think I took it quite similarly to the judges, that it was quite steep, sort of heading up, almost at a kind of almost 90-degree angle sort of upwards. I think the difference in maybe what I've seen with the goalkeeper's eye line is that his head to me seemed to be sort of tilted slightly upwards. His chin was kind of raised and his body position is quite upwards as well. He's not sort of crouching down or anything like that. So I think I've just taken, and again, if you sort of zoom onto his eyes, just the left one I took it more from, and the direction of his eye seemed to be going a little bit more upwards and pointing towards the corner of the picture.
Yeah, okay, thank you very much. Kieran, I'll come to you. You're this green cross in the middle of the cluster. How did you see this? Did you think it was a bouncing ball or a crossed ball, as I believe?
Yeah, I think it's a cross ball. Thank you, Matt. First of all, I'm pretty sure that it's a defender because he's got the same badge and same sponsor on the shirt. So I think it's a defender in the box. He doesn't seem to be challenged. That's possibly why the keeper is relaxed. I think the ball's in a 3D situation. It's well away, although it looks like it's quite close where I've placed the ball to the player in white. I think it's quite far away and it's coming in towards him and starting to come down, and the keeper's watching it, and I presume he's the only player near the ball. The player in white is yet to play the ball, but I took the eye lines from both players. I think the keeper's going to keep his eye on the ball and general direction. He's watching the defender going to play the ball, and that's why I placed my cross there.
Yeah, thank you very much. Next to you is Peter. You're there, the orange cross, which I've magnified here, and I'll put the magnifier over the top of your choice. What's your view?
Can't really add any more to what Kieran just said. Yeah, I do agree that the ball is coming into him sort of down, but into the screen with that 3D location of it. And I've just taken the height of the ball from the goalkeeper. I believe he's looking just slightly off the horizontal, looking down into that area. So that's where I placed the centre of the ball. Yeah,
great. Thank you very much. Matthew, you're just here. You're ever so slightly at the top of this main cluster, as yours highlighted. How have you seen the challenge or lack of challenge, the ball?
Very, very much the same as how Kieran described, to be honest. You know, ball coming in, and I think this player in white's gonna clear it. The only thing I'd add is, obviously, I've gone for a slightly steeper ball coming in. I think looking at the angle of the head, the raised eyebrows, and there's some whites beneath both of his eyes. It's just made me place that ball at a little bit of a steeper angle. But with the goalkeeper, I've pretty much just come horizontal straight across.
Yeah, great. Thank you. I mean, it's on the same line as my own, so I agree with you there. Roger, you're just here, the pink one in the middle next to the calculated average. What did you think was happening in the shot?
Very, very similar, Matt. Thank you very much. I thought the ball was dropping in, and the white player was on the move, but he was going to flick the ball away, head the ball away, like 2 or 3 others of the judges have said. I think there was a strong 3D element in this, so I didn't feel that the ball was that close to the goalkeeper, which possibly made it slightly more difficult to see exactly where he was looking. But I had his head actually slightly downwards, but with a little bit of white under his right eye. So I more or less went horizontal, I think, for him.
Yeah, I mean, as Kieran's pointed out, which I hadn't picked up on initially, was that they're obviously on the same side with the badge and the sponsor on the front. And looking at the corner of the netting, that sort of picked up at the back. So the goalkeeper sort of seems to be on the right side of the goal, and the defender's in the middle of the goal. So yeah, it's all good. Jenna, I'll come to you next. Your yellow cross, you're ever so slightly to the left of the cluster, near the calculated average. I'll put your magnifier over yours. Have you seen it any differently?
No, pretty similar to what's already been said, to be honest. The goalkeeper's obviously in a really relaxed position. It doesn't look like he's under any pressure at all. The player in white, I've gone slightly over to the left because I didn't feel there was enough white at the bottom of his eyes for it to be so steep. So I felt he was looking slightly out in front of him to the ball, and I've taken the height from the goalkeeper's eye line.
Yeah, great. Thank you. And lastly, Hugh, there you are. You're the light blue cross. You're just at the bottom of the main cluster, ever so slightly. I'll put the magnifier over yours. What was your view on what was happening?
Yeah, agree with what's been said. For me, the keeper was looking down ever so slightly, just off horizontal. Just I felt from his sort of head shape and the pupils for me would just looking down slightly, but very slightly off horizontal. And as has been said, I think it is out in the foreground. The ball's nearer to us than either of the two players. And I just felt the player in white is going to run forward to it and then presumably clear it, because I agree they're on the same team. But yeah, just felt the keeper was looking down that slight bit.
Yeah, thank you. So we're all pretty much in agreement. I mean, all of us have said it's yet to play. The only difference in our judging opinion, which probably shows why Chloe's is much higher, is she felt it might have been a bouncing ball, which again makes infinite sense. But I think Chloe's far enough away from the rest of the group for myself to remove. And I will remove that top line and redraw it from this player's eyes across the top here, which just covers Matthews. And it does bring this new calculated average into a much tighter cluster. If I get it over the top here, I'm ever so slightly popping out to the right, but by a smidge. And the rest of us are encompassed. So what I'm going to do, if I remove my own, it comes a little bit over into the middle. But then I think that I tend to agree with Matthew that it's on a quite, to my mind, it's on a steeper incline. So I think, to be fair to you all, and as we've done it in the past, I think I'd like to vote on whether to keep my own in, which is if I remove, it comes into the middle here, with Matthew slightly out to the right, or to leave myself in as I am there, which brings the calculated average very close to Peter's own one. So I'll go through. So obviously don't get a vote with this. The 7 judges we have here will vote. It's basically is whether to judge with myself removed or myself kept. So Kieran?
Yes, but I'd keep you in. I think you're very close to where we've judged, and it's very difficult to say precisely where the ball is. So I'd leave you in.
Okay, thank you. Jenna?
I would. Can you just put you back in again?
Yeah, if I take it back in, it obviously comes a bit further away from your own.
I would take you out only because I don't feel that the ball is that steep, and it obviously brings it closer over to the left.
Thank you. Matthew?
I'd keep you in. I think the ball is steep, just on the angle of the head of the player in white.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Peter?
I'd keep you in, because if I took you out, I would think to take Matthew out as well, because it's on the same steep angle. But if that's a choice, the choice is keep you in.
Yeah, great. Thank you. Chloe?
I think I would choose to take you out, just on the basis that I think without your cross, it takes it closer to mine. I think it also makes the cluster slightly tighter as well.
Yep, understand. Thank you. Hugh?
Yeah, I agree with Peter, to be fair. I think if you take you out, I'd argue you're on the same line as Matt. And for me, height-wise, I prefer yours. So I would say leave it in, especially as it is covered by the magnifier as a cluster.
Yeah, great. Thank you. And lastly, Roger?
I would agree with Kieran and Peter. So I would leave you in, Matt.
Okay, great. Thank you. So, Henry, after a good discussion and myself removing Chloe and another vote, we decided to judge with the 7 choices left in, with Chloe's removed by myself, and judge at the average shown.
Thank you, Matt. If you're all happy, then please click submit. Thank you, judges. The coordinates selected are 3061, 1006. These coordinates will now be passed to the auditing company ASITS to calculate the winner of the competition, and they will then inform BOTB. That concludes the judging process. Thank you.